Hey guys, in today's video we'll show you our top quality multi-time frame analysis that no one talks about. So stay tuned. But before we continue, we also want to note that we have a Telegram channel as well, where we post signals and other top quality educational content. So here is EURUSD weekly time frame. And as you can see, this week we ended with this beautiful bullish engulfing candle, also breaking right through that consolidation where price flattened last 5 weeks. So for now we break right through this weekly resistance with this heavy bullish momentum creating for us a bullish bias on the weekly for this pair for the coming week. So let's go down to the daily. So here on the daily we have very beautiful classic exit from the consolidation. As you can see right here we have a white consolidation, boom, and then we have a tighter consolidation, which means that banks and other institutions are trailing up their limit orders, not allowing to drop price right through the tight range. And as you can see, then boom, we have this engulfing candle breaking right through the weekly resistance. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So here on the 4-hour time frame we could draw a trend line as well. We could also draw our new minor support level right here. And new minor resistance as well. So we expect two following scenarios. Scenario 1, we go down, reject again this new structure, and go up drastically. And scenario 2, we break right through that minor resistance, then price pulls back to reject it, and again we go up drastically. From the downside standpoint, to confirm our bias, what we need to see is a break right through the trend line, right through that weekly resistance, which now becomes support, and right through the 50 EMA. Breaking right through the three confluence factors, we could easily expect a trend change to a downtrend. For now, let's move on. So here's pound USD, and as you can see, this week we have some kind of indecision candle. As you can see, price failed to break above the 50 EMA on the weekly, creating some wick, and then proceeded down. But we have a buyer's pressure as well. But for now, we cannot establish a clear bias on this pair on the weekly time frame. As for bullish bias, we would like to see a higher high and the breakout right through the 50 EMA and this weekly resistance. So for now, let's go to the daily time frame. So here on the daily time frame, we also can see that price rejected the 50 EMA with a very long wick, and then price bounced back for some time. But as you can see, then we have very choppiness price action, and we literally stuck in that small range. But anyway, for now, price is making higher lows and a higher high. But to move forward, we need to see a price action right at this key area to confirm a downside movement or break right through it, reject, and target this monthly resistance. But for now, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So here on the 4-hour time frame, we can see a consolidation market, meaning that price traded in that tight range. To see a trending market, we need a breakout right above that consolidation or below. Again, if you break right above that consolidation, we would like to see a price action right at this key weekly resistance to confirm our bias. If we see some bearish price action, then we could easily jump into short trade. If we break right through it with great candlestick patterns, then we could see a beautiful rejection. We could easily jump into the long trade. But from the downtrend standpoint, as you can see, we have a minor structure on the 4-hour time frame as well. Once price breaks below that consolidation, we could easily target right this monthly support level. But for now, let's move on. So here's USDCAD weekly time frame. And again, we ended this week with this indecision candle showing for us neither bullish nor bearish clear presence. Again, as you can see, price stuck in that consolidation for the past 5 weeks. So this week we rejected the 50 EMA as well as the bottom of that consolidation. But again, we have no clear price action on the weekly, not allowing for us to establish a clear bearish or bullish bias on this pair on the weekly time frame. So let's go down to the daily. So here's daily time frame. And as you can see, for now we could even adjust our consolidation, meaning that we could move this resistance right here, and it is respected multiple times. And it also lines up with the 50 EMA on the daily right here. So again, right, like in the EURUSD case, adjusting the consolidation in that way literally means that institutions are moving their limit orders, creating a pressure on the buyers. So for now we expect it's a breakout right to the structure, and we could easily target the weekly trend line. But for more detailed picture, let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So again, here's USDCAD 4-hour time frame, and as you can see we have this drastic move down, but then we could also see a pullback right to the golden zone of the Fibonacci, meaning that price is currently located between the 0.5 and 0.618 Fibonacci levels, creating for us a great pullback area. So again, what we expect next, again a downside movement, breaking right that structure, then a pullback and drastic move down right to the weekly trend line. But if bulls will come back and show their momentum to confirm our bias, we would like to see a break right through that resistance, and then could easily expect a drastic move up. But for now we are more bearish than bullish on this pair. So let's move on. So here's the gold. What is more, guys, we traded gold this week in our free Telegram channel as well. So we sent a real-time signal, and for those who followed, the signal could potentially earn around 100 pips. What is more, guys, we traded gold on Friday, as we see the setup which we discussed in our previous video, and we made over $1,000 on the trade. So make sure to follow our weekly analysis as well as our Telegram signals. So again, go down below, subscribe, press the like button, and let's back to our analysis. So here's gold weekly time frame, and as you can see, nothing literally changed from our previous analysis, as we are still in a heavily bullish uptrend through the 6 beautiful green candles in a row, showing for us clear bullish presence, and we could easily expect continuation of the heavily uptrend right to this next monthly resistance level. But for now, let's go down to the daily. So here's daily time frame, and we could see this minor consolidation right at the key monthly effective support level. But again, we are in a heavily uptrend, and we have a clear bullish bias on the weekly for this pair. So we expect that price can easily break in right through that consolidation and move up. But for now, let's go to the 4-hour time. So here's a 4-hour time frame, and as you can see, the price recently formed picture perfect setup. We have a pullback to an area where the weekly effective support and a trend line and the 50 EMA are lining up perfectly. As you can see, we beautifully rejected it and go up. On this trade, guys, we made over $1,000. So we also create a separate video about this trade and about this strategy, so make sure to go down below and subscribe to our Telegram and to our YouTube as well. But for now, what about gold? On the 4-hour time frame, we expect the following scenario: a higher high, and then a pullback to the trend line, and then a continuation of that heavily uptrend right here. So let's move on. So here's US oil, and again, nothing literally changed from our previous analysis. So if you want to learn concepts, let's go to our previous analysis. We will link will be in the description to that video. But for now, as you can see, we have one more indecision candle right at the 0.618 Fibonacci. And again, like I said previously, we would like to see price action right at this area where the weekly support and the weekly resistance and the weekly 50 EMA are lining up. If we have some sort of rejection, we could easily expect a bounce back and target this weekly support as well. If we break in right through it, we would like to see a rejection and then target this minor weekly support level. But again, let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So again, price is currently making a higher lows as well, and as you can see, we have this beautiful picture perfect rejection right here of the trend line and the 50 EMA and the 0.618 Fibonacci. But to move up, we need to break right through that minor 4-hour resistance right here. If we break it, we could easily target this weekly resistance. On the other hand, if we break the trend line and the 50 EMA, we could expect a drastic move down as well. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this analysis, press the like button, comment below what pairs you are tracking for the next week. Join our Telegram channel as well. Thumbs up, and see you on the next video.